Hey now. Welcome back to episode something of Tifosi time.
10, 10.
10. Look at that. Double digits.
Look at that. How many we got? You know what? I already rested it up. I got us playing on my other screen without being muted. So um
All right.
I'm here in double.
we're on a major delay. Okay, that's been taken care of. So
Find
clean
some more.
start as always. Solid. So guys, we're live again this week. I think we actually have some people watching, right? Are you saying there's some people on right now?
It says 5.
I'll take 5. I'm sure 4 of them are us, but whatever. Okay, so we were going back and forth, everybody. For those of you that have watched, this is your weekly Juventus Serie A, soon to become favorite sports podcast on YouTube. So spread the word. But we were debating whether or not to actually have a weekly show since there was no Serie A this week. So we're going to probably have a shorter show, probably discuss the national team, maybe take a look at next week, and then anything else that pops up. But that's kind of the loose agenda. Would you say that's right, guys?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll add some random stuff in there.
Do you want to introduce yourself, Frank, or just?
I'm Frank. There you go.
I'm Chris.
I'm Dan, the only one who knows what they're talking about on this show.
I think everyone who's watching probably knows us personally anyway. So, but if you are watching, feel free to comment. That'll definitely fill up some time, give us something to talk about. So, where do you guys want to kick it off? Want to kick it off about the Italy-Poland game?
Yeah, I mean, what do we have? They played 2 games so far. One was a friendly and one was a Nations League game. I don't even know what that means, but we talked about it last week. They called about everyone who was ever born in Italy is on the roster. I watched some of it and then I watched the full highlights because, like I said, I can't stand international friendlies.
Hey, this actually counted. Okay, this was
Sure it did.
they needed to get a couple points to get the first tiered team for the World Cup, right?
Yeah. Okay. Great. Wonderful.
Although I think they were already secured that because of the Spain
They did.
draw, so it didn't
They
even
did.
matter. Yeah, but still, all right. Look, Italy starts off every tournament slow, so they need to be one of the top pot teams. So that's good.
Yeah.
Assuming they qualify.
Wait, so did you guys actually watch the game? You didn't watch any of the game, Dan?
I watched the
No,
full
I did.
Poland game.
I watched the first half and then I caught the second half highlights because I couldn't be bothered watching the whole game.
So one thing really quickly, it surprised me how many Polish players are from Serie A. Right? There's quite a few on that team.
Oh, there's a ton.
Poland's always been like that though.
I didn't realize it. Piontek's also, they brought him up. I don't think he played though, right? Or did he?
You probably should have.
That's Dan's one of Dan's favorite players. We know that. A couple things. Bernadeschi starts for the national team. Can't see the field for Juventus. Whatever. And he scored in the friendly. And then I mentioned to you guys before the game, Bastoni really impressed me. He's coming into his own. He's playing really well. He shut down Lewandowski. He's playing well.
Yeah, no, I think as a whole they actually play pretty decent. I mean, I actually expected a lot more from Poland. Poland usually plays that typical more of like an Eastern European style, which is like really, really, tight at the back, hard nose, like make you fight for every loose ball, hard in the tackle. And we saw some of that, but they let Italy play, and like they were set way too far back. Like our midfield had the ball, our defense had the ball with no pressure, and they were literally not trying to even pressure us until we were in the final 25 yards of the field. So I don't know what kind of game plan they were actually playing, but and I think we played decent, but I think a lot of that was also the way Poland just approached the game. Just was like not good. It was beyond being respectful of playing Italy. It was just it didn't seem like they came to really battle at all. So, but we moved the ball pretty well.
I think Poland really took that as like a friendly. Like I didn't see them really doing anything or even caring about it. So you can't really judge off that. Italy did move the ball well. Bernadeschi actually He played well. He played well in the friendly beforehand, and then actually trying to make a difference in the game, taking shots on target, trying to just like make a name for himself. And I think that's good for him. Being able to play, he hasn't been able to play consistently, at least this year. He needs minutes. He needs to get back in form. So I think it was good calling him up.
No, agreed. I think he looked at it as a chance to just kind of like a fresh start for two games and not
Yeah,
just for
like
his
no
own
no
morale.
pressure. Yeah,
Yeah.
like let me just play. Let me see what I can do.
I think
And
it
that
boosted his confidence a little bit, and then you can see it. Like he was having fun.
and
Yeah,
that's
look.
why it. Go ahead now. Go ahead, Frank.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna say that's why I think maybe like he doesn't want to move from Juventus, but like that's why it makes me think like do something for your career. Maybe it is better if you move where you can play a solid amount of time and actually improve. I know you're improving. I mean, you're training with Juventus, so you're getting better in that way. But like you need game time. Like you see, just in 2 games that he played, his confidence got back a little bit and he played a little bit better. So maybe he just needs to make that call. Like I need to go somewhere else.
Well, there's a lot of things there, right? So usually there's two different things. There's players that, um, at times they get an opportunity to play with Juventus and they kind of see themselves as being fringe players. They say no, thank you, a la Berardi, right? How many years was he supposed to be going to Juventus, and then finally they pulled the trigger and he kind of opted to stay in Sassuolo. So like we can criticize players like that and say, okay, if you want to make the jump, you have to be willing to come and prove yourself on the biggest team. But conversely, maybe if you're a player like Bernardeschi or in that same class like Berardi, and you see yourself as saying, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to go there. I'm not going to necessarily have a spot." In a way, they're not betting on themselves, but in a way, maybe they're more realistic. So like Bernardeschi is a player who, yeah, I want to go play on the best team. I want to go win things. I want to play there. So you kind of become your own enemy there because you want to prove that you can like play with the best teams and belong and win trophies, right? And you're kind of caught in that, like, well, do I just go play with a smaller team where I can get more time and be one of the stars, or do I stay here where we win and I get paid a lot? So it's tough, but I get it, right? Players usually want to play. So when do you finally say, you know what, I'm not going to be a starter here. I'm not going to play. When do you like as a competitor, like when do you actually make that decision?
I
That's
think
a tough decision.
he should have made that decision already. Like, hasn't he seen how the past few years have gone? Like, I'm clearly not Team A on Juventus. Like, I'm not the go-to guy. So, I mean, be smart and make the
Yeah, but
choice.
sometimes, I mean, you have that perseverance, right? That's what makes you get to that level, is like battling through and kind of saying like, no, I want to prove that I'm here. I don't
Have
think
you
that I don't
seen any of that from him?
no, but I also don't think I mean, I don't think he's a total loser where he's sitting there going, okay, I'm okay just playing, 2 games a
Yeah,
year.
no, I don't think
I
so
don't think
either.
he,
But
because that would be a different mentality, right? So,
So
um,
that being said, there was. Did you guys hear the rumor, Milik for Bernadeschi over the January transfer rumor? I don't
well,
know.
listen, that was one thing that like there's been rumors this whole week because international week there's always rumors, and plus we got January's coming up. Sooner. It's right around the corner. I mean, you see the Ronaldo rumors every break. PSG wants him, for Neymar swap or just straight up. So then you see Bernadeschi, you see all these players with all. It's just newspapers
Yeah,
trying to sell because there's no games to talk
I
about.
mean,
So
I just thought I'd bring that up because I don't even want Milik, so I don't want that to happen.
no, I
well,
don't.
that's one of those classic swaps that it's like players that aren't doing well and their current teams are kind of done with them, so they just swap like almost like a change of scenery.
Yeah, I mean, and it helped that
Um,
Italy was playing versus Poland, so they had to make up a new
yeah,
story. Yeah.
yeah, it makes a good talking line. But I was impressed with Bastoni. I thought the midfield actually played pretty decent.
Barella,
I still Perella played okay. Locatelli, I think, even though you didn't see him at times, I think he still when he was on the ball, I think he played okay. I'll tell you, I still think the issues are at center forward. Like I really do. Like with Belotti does what he tries to do, but I think that's the one guy on like a game where you're watching yesterday. It was like a lot of like it just in that final pass or that final finish that was missing. And otherwise, a game where the team lets you just own the field for 90 minutes. I mean, you crank it up another gear, you win 6-0. Right?
yeah.
That's just so. I think it's evident even when they play well and they win 2-0.
I mean,
that they're missing that real threat up
I
front.
think you have to give Belotti, cut him some slack. He almost got killed twice, right?
When?
Two yellow cards versus he got killed. His ankles.
Oh yeah, they were okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of player he is. He goes in on those challenges,
Yeah.
and he's going to get beat up throughout the game.
I think the first one should have been a red.
That first one was probably a straight red, honestly, with the two studs.
Yeah.
That guy clearly lost his cool though, right? Because the second tackle was in midfield where you didn't need to do it.
Who cares?
So again, that's just like use your head. Game was already decided anyway, but
my issue with the roster, like especially for these games, is
do we have anything with the roster on it anywhere? No,
I didn't make it. But like you call up 41, 42 people. I don't need to see Okaka on the field.
Agreed.
Call up Raspadori, call up Skamaka. Like I want to see these guys play. Call up the guys who've barely gone through puberty and let them play. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see Esposito and I want to see Raspadori and I don't want to see these guys.
Be like Okaka, like what he is, right? Like,
and he's never going to be on your national team for a tournament. So why is he there?
So there was under 21 games too. I don't know who was a part of that. If any of those players were a part of that team, but
that's a possibility. We probably should cross.
I think right, like he played for them. So I don't know.
I know, but
who else was there on the bench?
If I'm going to watch a game that doesn't really mean anything, then like let me see people who I'm actually going to.
Well, you didn't
actually care about.
You didn't watch it.
I did though. I watched most of it. Okay, I didn't watch the whole game.
Well, Caputo's still hurt, right? And then. Is Keane hurt too?
No, Keane.
He left. I think because he was hurt.
He left, right? Because otherwise, I mean, that's the game where you definitely. Because here's the deal: what Mancini's doing good work with them. They're possibly going the whole year undefeated or whatever.
He's not even there. First of all, he's got COVID.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't there. Fine, but the point is. They're playing more offensive. They move the ball better. They're not like so defensive. All that stuff people are crediting them. But at the end of the day, you're going to need to find one or two people that you can put up. They're going to hit fire and score 6 or 7 goals, and then you made your tournament if you're going to go to the finals and win. And I think he's counting on Immobile and he's got Belotti there. But I would be doing everything I could in games like this to find that one person with maybe it is an 18-year-old. Right? Who hasn't learned enough that he's,
I just don't think they have that available to them. Like you can't just magically make these people appear. Like they don't have a center forward who you can rely on that's gonna do that.
I mean, would you rather see? Okay, I'm gonna throw something. Would you rather see Okaka or would you rather see Quagliarella at 40 years old? I'd rather see Quagliarella, to be honest.
Yeah, me too, because he's better at what he does.
And I get it's a friendly and it's not the tournament.
Yeah, I don't want to see him in a friendly either, though. Like, I don't want to see him playing in that. Like
that's
I said,
fair.
Put in one of the younger guys, Piemonte. Call up those guys and have them play. Like Chris said, there were under 20 games and all that kind of stuff that they need to fill out rosters, but still, like I don't know. I want to see them play, and I think that's going to be an issue that they're going to have all next tournament. It's not going to be that one guy who's scoring 7-8 goals. You're going to have to see all these wingers putting in 2-3 goals. There's going to have to be goals coming from everywhere. Otherwise, they don't have a chance at getting anywhere close to the finals.
And that's fine. You can have a team where you get goals from everywhere, but I do think you need more out of your forward than just sitting up there taking a beating. And like that's great that they can do that and have people run off of them, but. At the end of the day, I think you also got to have a guy that could.
It's kind of why I like Caputo so much because, like, he can hold the ball up, he passes it off, he can finish. Like, he does a lot of things besides just shooting. Right?
Well, look, I know we were, Caputo's corner. I know we have that, but like for real, like if he hit a tournament in form, what's the difference between having an informed Caputo there who can score when he gets a chance, and maybe a Belotti who's might score 1 out of 4, right? Yeah. Like, you go back to the Inzaghi days, or even Scalacci when he got hot, right? Like Scalacci was like a last minute add to the World Cup roster, and then ended up scoring 6 goals, and that was 90, right? What year was that? That was the 90 World Cup.
5 years old.
Long time ago.
That was good. Still look at those highlights, man. They're fun. Toto Scalacci. It was good stuff.
All right, we gotta move on. They have a game tomorrow or Wednesday, right? Versus Bosnia.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, so Mancini's not coaching that one either. I don't think. I think he tested positive again today, so he won't be behind the bench.
So
But
what is this? Just the same thing, the Nations Cup again?
yeah, which again it means nothing because Italy already has the number one seed in that,
Yeah,
and
so it doesn't matter.
yeah, I hope he does change the lineup. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to change the lineup up, significantly.
You
Between
would think.
Poland and Bosnia.
I think Cherbury played pretty decent next to Bastoni too. But again, it was so hard to tell because even though Lewandowski is a really good forward, like he had no service, he had nothing.
Yeah, you can't judge that because he couldn't even get the ball. It wasn't.
No, it was. But again, this is good. It's good experience for Bastoni, and like the only thing I hate about Bastoni is that he's on Inter and not Juventus because from what I've seen about him, he definitely could be someone there.
He's got
and he's pretty smart too because you saw what he said. I guess he made comments that I could see myself playing Bonucci, and I think not because Bonucci's good, but I think he realizes like Bonucci's going to be there. So if I can tie myself to him,
it's Chiellini who's the question mark because he never plays. So he's like, sure, I'll play with Bonucci. I'll work great with him.
Yeah. So I think he's trying to. But that's exciting for Italy.
And I wouldn't be upset with him starting for them in the tournament.
No, if he continues to play like this, listen, right now, if he continues to play like this, he's one of the better young defenders I've seen. Now again, it's the first month of the season. Let him play a whole season like this, but I mean, if you look at the roster that they played, I mean, there were so many guys that could be part of that team that aren't there too. So, it is what it is. I mean, you can only draw so much out of one game. I'll tell you though, Donnarumma really still sucks with his feet, huh? Like I
still think he's very shaky on crosses and he's not good with his feet. Like there's definitely holes in his game.
So there was 3 big holes 2 years ago. I think I said this to him. There was the crosses where he gets lost and starts flailing, right? And that's a problem because
and all that. Yeah, it's awful.
And it's very dangerous, and you could easily give up a goal, especially in a tournament game. Then there's playing with his feet is horrible. Like people passing the ball back, like he is just not good with his feet. And then the third one, which he's corrected in the last year and a half, he used to have a weakness on low shots, like quick to the ground. He used to get too much air. Like instead of attacking the ground,
huge. That's why it's hard for him to get.
He used to instead of attacking direct down, he would get a little bit of air and the ball would underneath him at times. So he's gotten better there. But in terms of the crossing and his feet, man, it's like, dude, like someone's got to get on and help practice, get you a little bit better with feet. And then also as the team, they got to understand who you have back there. Don't you feel like I feel like our defenders, like they pass the ball back and they don't move to space. They let them get closed down. They give them bouncing balls. I'm like, don't you see who you have there? I mean, he can't do much. Like, let's not put him in trouble.
He's still young.
That's just the way the game's evolved. It's everyone use all 11 players and pass it back.
You should.
Some goalies you really shouldn't do that with, that's how they're taught. They're taught pass it back.
And that's fine, but how do we pass it back, right? Let's make sure we have the right pace on it. Let's make sure it's not in danger with him getting closed down. Let's make sure it's to his little bit better foot if we can, right? Like I just think sometimes we're like he's running across his own net. Like you're like, oh God, please don't trip over yourself. Like I don't know. Yeah. It's just
the other thing I wanted to point out, Frank. There was an offsides goal that you said you texted on Sunday. What was it? Sunday? Yeah. Yesterday about it. You said remind me about this, so I'm reminding you about it.
Oh yeah, no, thanks. So the reason I said that, so if everyone, I don't know if you guys didn't watch the game, but basically what happened was there was a shot from, I believe, outside the area. I don't know who took it was Insigne scored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was across to the middle, and Insigne came in. He ran in like one time that basically into the side of the net, but Italy had a forward standing on the side of Szczesny, right? Like offside. He didn't touch the ball, but he was between the, where the ball went in and between Szczesny and the ball, basically, right? So they called offside, and no one would argue that because, he was in the way. The goalie couldn't even dive.
Well, so yeah, he impeded the goalie's chance of stopping the ball. So that was correctly called. So I don't know what your issue was with this play.
So my issue was because you guys laughed at me the week before, right? With if you guys remember in the Juventus game when we actually got a goal that counted for us, right? Do you remember the goal that
It was indirectly.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember that, but it was so indirect at offsides where it had
Okay,
nothing
so
to
wait,
do with
I'm gonna
it.
edify
Oh,
you
God.
now with the drawing. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, let me see if I can do this. All right, look, I even drew it for you. Look at this, beautiful, right? Can you
I
guys see
can't
my
see
screen?
anything.
All right, hold on. Here, can you see my awesome drawing over here? This is high
What the
quality shit
hell?
here.
What the
Okay,
hell?
so listen. First of all, it's worth a laugh. But if you remember this play, right?
That's playing tic-tac-toe. What are you doing?
If you remember this play, Marotta ran off here, right?
Team, wait,
But the
time
ball-
out. Who's
No,
who?
come on. Yeah, what color am I looking at? Who's who?
The red has the ball, man. Red has the ball.
Okay.
See the little ball here?
Yeah.
Okay. Marotta ran off, right, as a decoy, but didn't get the ball. And the ball came through here, right?
You remember?
And then he passed it across to Marotta, who just slotted the ball in the net.
Mhm.
Do you guys remember that? And you guys were like, yeah, he's passive. The rule is he's passive. Like he didn't interfere with the ball. So of course, like that's the new rule. Okay. Well, the problem is, how could you say he didn't the advantage, the 5-yard advantage he got by running offside here, that then allowed this guy to run through on the ball and pass it in? How could we say that he's passive when the ball goes to him to slot it home?
Because when he took that 5-yard advantage, he initially took himself out of the play completely.
Yeah. What advantage is he getting? He can't get the ball.
What do you mean? What advantage is he getting? Hold on, I don't know how to use this thing. The ball comes here. Okay.
I understand.
Yeah, ball comes here. Okay. This guy makes the run here, and a direct pass across to the guy who's standing offsides here to put it in. And
Yeah,
you're
but by the
saying he
time
didn't
he
get an
got the
advantage?
ball, he was back on side by the time he got the ball. So what's the issue?
He was back on side because they got even with the ball, but these defenders were still at a disadvantage.
It has nothing to do with the play. I don't get what your issue is. This is so
He has
stupid.
nothing to do with the play. He scored.
Yeah, but what you're forgetting, Frank, is when he initially takes him offside, he is taking himself out of the play completely. So you're down a man.
He's taking himself out of the play. How do you figure if he wasn't here?
The person with the ball doesn't have an option now to pass it to him
Okay,
directly.
so let me ask you something. If here's the goal, right?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And I stand right here the whole time, offsides.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're lost. You can't help
I'm
the
lost.
team.
I'm
can't
pointless, right?
Yeah.
Now let's say the ball comes over here, and now the ball comes to me, and I go boom.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
you're in a legal position. What's the issue? I don't get it.
It's dumb rule. It's a dumb rule in those scenarios, because the whole reason. Let's
time out really quick. True says these graphics are groundbreaking. Just throwing that.
You like that? Here, wait. Then he gets this. Hold on. For his comment. All right, that's enough sharing. Anyway, next time I'm gonna bring my pen and draw. It's gonna be even better.
We're clearly not going to agree on this offside rule.
No, but look, okay, when we grew up playing, there was no passive offsides. It was behind the last man, right?
The game has
And I'm just saying, as a purist, I like that for a few reasons. It allowed the defense to actually play offsides. Right. Well, now you have to be like, well, yeah, he's off. But this was the other reason I didn't even say. So if you're the defense, you have 4 guys move up to leave Marotta off, and the ball doesn't go to him, you're screwed, right? Because ultimately you're looking, okay, we move the defensive line up, he's off. It doesn't matter because he didn't get the ball, but now all of a sudden the ball's going to go to him on the next pass, and he's going to score, and I'm good. Like the only reason they did it was to get more goals in the game and less stoppages. That's the only reason.
It worked because they scored. Let's move on. I don't know about outside.
I just think that was no difference in the one that he was standing next to Szczesny between him and the ball.
There is because the player stopped the goalie from diving and saving the ball. It's completely
he could have dove around him.
He couldn't. He went through his back.
His leg. Killed him.
It's a fine line. I'm just saying. I understand the rule. I just don't agree with it.
Side note: Bonucci's out 3 weeks.
Yes, Bonucci is out. Bonucci got hurt. He's out 3 weeks.
Hallelujah.
So we're looking at, for Juventus, it's going to be, they have 3 defenders: Danilo, De Ligt, who's back in training, and Demiral. If they have anyone get hurt, I don't know. They're going to have to switch to a back
Is
4.
Chiellini still hurt?
Yeah,
he's
Chiellini's out for like a month.
Oh, no, they have Fran Bot, though.
Yeah, but he's not a central defender. Like, they'll probably have to switch to 4 in the back, I would think.
Yeah, they may switch to 4, but he'll probably play Danilo. I don't think you're going to play De Ligt coming right off, right? 90 minutes.
I think they're going to play De Ligt. I think he has to play.
When we started the season and we asked you who you want your center D to be, who'd you say?
Demiral and De Ligt.
Now you got it.
Yeah, but I was also factoring in defense at 4. But yeah, to your point, I mean, I just think. But so you think he's going to come from not playing for
100%.
4 months to playing 90 minutes?
Yeah,
no, maybe not 90 minutes, but I think he's starting on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah.
So other things, there were players who tested positive for COVID while on international duty, like Brozovic got tested positive. There's a few players. So, like, that's why I said before this week, it's just stupid to have these games. They shouldn't have, because now you're mixing Brozovic with every other player from his country that goes to different countries and plays in their leagues. It's just stupid. It doesn't make sense to me. But
I think they're doing a horrible job with the protocol. Like, these guys are clearly not staying away from, like, when they go home, they're clearly living their regular life. Either that or you have people coming to the state. Like, they're not living in any type of bubble or avoiding contact, because, like, every week there's 10 people that get it. Yeah. That's
so that's just something I wanted to point out, because that was my concern. Not to say that he got it from another player on his national team, but the fact that he has it and now he was with other people, it's just stupid. Again, for games that don't really count in my eyes, I don't like.
Well, look, don't count. They've always been the same thing, right? In the same token, too, they don't count, but you have to think it's already hard to be a national team coach. You have to pick your players. You have to put a team together with limited time.
Yeah, no,
if you took away all these friendlies, how the hell are you putting a team? Then you could say the tournament doesn't count either, right? Like, what, are we just going to show up, play the World Cup, never practice, never play together? Like, that's not good either.
Just really quickly, USA played 2 games. I really didn't watch last game, but they played today. Weston McKennie.
I was stuck working.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the game, and I don't know. He's playing with, like, a lot of confidence. So they were playing Panama, which is, like, whatever. But, like, controlling the ball, he's all over the place.
Listen, I really think the U.S. I mean, and this is weird, but I think depending on how these guys progress and if they can get the right coach, I'm still not sold on Berhalter, but I think in 2026, like,
they have
these guys are all going to be hitting 24, 23, 22, 26 years old. Like, there's a good core of people there.
I think in the 2022 World Cup, they can make a big move in that tournament and surprise a lot of people. I think it's coming down to coaching, and it always has in America. Yeah. The talent is there. They have all the players in every position that they do. They have the talent.
Hasn't always been there.
No, now it's there, and I'm telling you, the coaching is going to hold that team back.
Well, so here's what I think. So I think the 2022 World Cup will be a lot of great experience for these young guys, and they'll probably surprise a few people, and they'll go wherever they're going to go, and they're going to, get knocked out maybe in the round of 16 or whatever it is, right? But I think that's the invaluable experience that when you fast forward 4 years, when those guys have had that and have a chance to grow, but I do agree, you need a coach like to take advantage of that, and you also need another thing. You need them not to believe their own hype, right? Like, I saw a couple plays.
Yeah, no, stay humble and all that. Yeah,
but I saw a couple plays with Dest, and like, I feel like he was trying to hit the swizzle stick on the fucking Xbox, like trying to do moves. I'm like, for the sake of a move, like, dude, like, I know you play on Barcelona.
Well, the hope is that the United States players, when they come back to America and they're being coached by these American coaches who I don't think are the highest standards, the hope is that these guys who are all in top leagues right now, that I would think that they would bring back the knowledge they're getting from Juventus, from Barcelona, and talking to these coaches and saying, "Hey, listen, this is how we do things over here. Let's try this. Let's add this into our training." I hope these players are trying to.
I mean, Berhalter
played the foundation.
Berhalter played professional soccer in Germany and stuff. So, And
but
he
this
was
is next level stuff. Like,
yeah. I mean, so if you had to pick a coach right now, right, for the national team, who would you pick if you could pick anyone? Gasparini? Oh, he would actually do good. No, but you know what, Gasparini, would he have enough time on a national team?
Joking. I don't know, dude.
No,
You're
but
talking about
Gasparini. Listen, I wanted Gasparini to be on an Italian coach.
2020. This year sucks. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll see.
yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, give Berhalter a chance. He's only recently got the job. They haven't had a lot of games since he's gotten the job, but I don't have confidence in him. But I'm hoping that the players from all these leagues are bringing something to the table and helping build the foundation of American soccer, and not just
But they have
looking out for themselves.
they have a lot of young guys. They really do, and it's actually they're coming all at the same time, which is a nice thing for them. They're gonna have to start to build confidence and beat teams like, you know, in real games and see what happens. But
yeah. All right, let's move over to. Do you guys want to preview week round 8?
Let's take a look at next week and
yeah, because there's not, like I said, there's not much else to talk about this week. Yes, there was tons of rumors this week, but it's mostly the newspapers just trying to sell stuff, so there's not much.
Was there any rumors that specifically caught your attention that you were like, oh, I hope this happens?
No, not really.
I haven't really seen any.
Yeah, no, the ones that pop out is the Ronaldo, and then there's the debate. You know, Ronaldo to PSG, but then Ronaldo for Neymar swap. Neymar's the one player I want on the team less than Ronaldo.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
If that were to happen, I would hate that.
I agree, and it's going to be just as costly. And you're gonna I'm good.
It was also, you know how Morata's on loan right now to Juventus for 2 years or whatever, and they were saying to complete that deal, get rid of Dybala and like kind of swap it with.
Yeah, it was 41 million plus Dybala for Morata.
So
thanks.
There's some reasoning towards it because, like, apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently they're like $5 million away on the contract a year for Dybala.
Yeah,
like
I'm sure because you have Ronaldo making what, 17 or 13? What the hell is he making? And what are they offering Dybala?
I don't know, but he kind of deserves it considering he's like the MVP from last season. Like, I don't know, like he should get paid.
Dybala, yeah, and he's young, exactly, and I think Dybala's also to the point where, you know, look, you don't want to pay him. He doesn't really have his room there. And this is what I said at the beginning of the season. I think ultimately why I'm mad at Ronaldo and how Juventus has done their decisions is you're going to end up sacrificing Dybala because you couldn't find a spot for him. He's one of the first guys taken out. You're going to say, oh, he's the only one we can get money for. And, oh, by the way, he wants to get paid like a number 10, like a star. And we don't have the money. And then, voila, he's gone. And then what happens? Ronaldo ends up on PSG or wherever next year, and now you have no players. Like you have just Kovalevsky.
You know who we get back? Your favorite, Pogba, because there's a rumor every day he's coming back. God.
You know, if they do that, I might become an Inter fan.
So Marquezia was pulling for Pogba to come back to Juventus.
That would be the dumbest
to save his career and to like get back on track.
Save his career, fine. Give him to me on loan for $0, and then I'll pay his salary for the year, and that's it. And then we'll split when we sell him. That's it. Otherwise, I don't want him.
He's not coming back.
So the other thing I saw was Napoli is all in on Bakayoko. Right now, it's still just a loan, a $2 million loan, but they're trying to finalize where they can pay. They agreed with Chelsea before the season to pay $18 million for him. Yeah. So it looks like Bakayoko's staying just because they fell in love with him like instantly, and he's not going anywhere.
He's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, he's been awesome, but jumping the gun again after 8 games,
Osimhen's out 3 weeks too.
Okay, so let me ask you this, just from a pure negotiation standpoint, why I think I'm just questioning it. You said they have the set transfer fee, right, of $18 million, right?
It was like a gentleman's agreement that they had.
See, there's the first thing. If they would have set it at $18 million, there's no downside. You can make the decision on the final day. Right? Yeah. Making sure he doesn't get hurt. Instead, you do a stupid gentleman's agreement, which what the hell does that mean? Absolutely nothing.
So I think
part of that is saying like, oh, let's do this early so let's back down from this gentleman's agreement.
Well, that's right. Now they're forced into making that decision because they don't want the price to go up. But how many players have had a good 2 months and then they end up coming back? You know what I mean? I'm not saying not to like the player, but
Yes, but think of Bakayoko at 18 million. If he's going to play at this level,
That's
you
a
got a
steal.
steal right there. So
right.
like
But
there's plus and negative to it.
right, they're forced to do it because it's not a real deal. So they could either yank out of it or raise the price. They're like, let's close it and bet on this guy, which is fine. But why not just set up the deal the actual right way? With hey, we're gonna, like why a gentleman's agreement? If you think it was a good
They
price,
probably wouldn't have agreed to 18 million.
okay, so then they're not going to agree to it now, and he's playing good.
So
Right?
the other thing, Locatelli's name keeps popping up everywhere too.
Juventus.
I was talking to Daddy about it, and he does not want Locatelli on Juventus.
Well, listen,
I like the way the kid plays. I don't know. I wouldn't mind him on Juventus.
I think Locatelli's got promise. I think he's decent. Listen, I would have rather had Tonali, right? Like,
Yeah.
but that ship has sailed, and he's another Italian. He's another Italian, so it depends. If he comes on the team, is he going to play?
No,
I think I don't know. I mean,
I think he could play.
I'm ready to cut bait on Bentancur. I was such a fan of his.
Well, the last game
cash out on
we
him.
played 20 minutes that were halfway decent, but
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Right, that's the problem. Like if you're gonna come and go, I'm betting on him. Let's play him. Let's do it. But
all right, let's talk about the schedule for next week. I know Dom just took it away, even though it's been up there for a half hour. Dom, do you have the standings that we had for our picks also? All right, so I think are the Champions League games midweek, guys? Is that why all these teams play on Saturday? I didn't get to see.
what teams? There's 3 that play Saturday, right?
Well, yeah. So I'm assuming that those teams might, they might play on Tuesday.
Maybe.
I think they might play on Tuesday.
Yeah,
so again, it's a few games on Saturday. There's no Monday game this week. The game that stands out for me is Napoli-Milan, obviously. But now that Osimhen is out, that kind of puts a hamper on that one.
No, let's talk about that one first.
So I'm gonna pick that one as my game.
Okay.
The 3 games, and honestly, I really don't know where to go with this one. Milan lost. They've not been winning as regularly. They've been drawing. They even lost in their Europa League game 3-0 to Lille, I think, or 3-1, 3-0.
They just tied Verona, right?
Yeah, they're on a bit of a dip. Pioli, I think, just got. He also just got COVID too, so I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Napoli wins this game 2-1. Even without Osimhen, I think Napoli's going to win this game.
Okay. I'm going to say 2-2 tie.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm leaning towards a tie, but I'm going to say Abramovich Milan wins 2-1.
Oh, look, we all picked something different on that. All right.
Let's
Somebody
go.
win that.
Really quickly before you go to the next game, they do play on Tuesday.
Right, and it's just a reversal, so it's just the team that they played last. So the schedule gets reversed. So they play Juventus plays Bern Brockcoast or whatever that team is, right?
Oh, yeah. That team's amazing. Brock and Falkenjush.
Yeah. So I picked my game. Somebody else pick a game.
You know where I'm going. Sassuolo and Hellas Verona.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good game.
That's a good game.
Yeah. I got to go with Sassuolo. Well, I don't know. Is Caputo playing?
I know Juricic is back. He's passed his COVID test, so he'll be back at least. Berardi's back. He just played for Italy. Caputo probably is going to be back.
I would think so. I'm going to say 2-1 Sassuolo.
2-1 Sassuolo. I'm
going
going
2-2.
You're going 2-2. You're going draw. I'm going Hellas Verona 3-2 Hellas Verona.
3-2. Whoa. They don't even score. You're giving them 3?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they score.
They're one of the most enjoyable teams to watch. You're so stuck on Sassuolo. It's ridiculous.
We'll see.
All right, so it's my turn. Put it up, producer boy.
Producer boy.
Oh man, all the rest of these games are real barn burners, huh? Oh shoot. Let's go Inter Torino.
Okay, I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
I'm gonna say.
You haven't picked Inter once all season. I don't think it's going to change.
I'm gonna say. Oof. I really want. I'm thinking draw, but no, I'll go 2-1 Inter. I'll give them one.
Wow. Inter, who's won 1 out of the last 8 games.
Yep.
Just really quickly in the chat, I think Daddy picked Napoli 3, Milan 2. Just a
Oh, you
heads
see
up.
that?
Oh, nice.
You see that? He's on my side. You see that?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. What was the game? Inter.
Inter versus Torino.
2-0. Inter.
2-0 Inter. I'm going draw 1-1.
All right. What? So do we have?
Yeah, I don't know, Dom. You got the numbers for our scores?
Well, there were 2 games last week, so it's just the same, no?
Yeah, but I don't
What
remember
was it last week?
I'm terrible.
Oh, look at that. The not betting guys. I'm ahead.
Chris, you suck.
Didn't we say we were going to end this after 20 picks?
No, I don't believe we said that. Yes, we're gonna ended after round 7 of the league. That makes sense.
Makes sense, right? All right.
All right.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I mean, they're really.
Italy plays versus Bosnia tomorrow. Like I said, or later in the week. Don't really care about it. We probably won't spend a lot of time on it next week unless something crazy happens. But we will have the weekend games and then Champions League games to talk about too. So next week will be packed with stuff.
Yeah, guys. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, leave some comments. Oh yeah, we did get some subscribers last week.
Oh, funny story. Not funny story, but I try to promote us a little bit. I'm on the Serie A Reddit, and I subscribe to the page, and someone says, "Hey, what are some good English-speaking podcasts for the Serie A?" So people are saying,
I hope you didn't nominate us.
Man, you bet your ass I tweeted, I linked our podcast. When they saw those 17 subscribers, they're like, what's that guy smoking? But now we have 2 more. So I don't know if it was because of that comment or something else, but we have more.
We'll give you credit, Dan, for those full subscribers. So and then apparently we also have a Twitter account, I'm hearing.
I hate you so much.
I might get around to subscribe to that. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I am joining the Twitter.
The Twitter. How old are you?
I am freaking old. How old do you think I look? Not a day over 63.
All right, close us out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thanks for watching. Next week will be even more entertaining. And for those of you guys in the States, let's go Mets. Welcome to the team, Uncle Steve. So
He's cool.
Steve Cohen, man. I don't know.
Take it easy. See you next week.
Adios.